This is Matt in Brooklyn, and we are going to do a video, or not a video blog. I guess it'd be an audio blog.
Oblog.
Ob
Blog. Ogblog.
That's what we're doing today. Right now we're under a blanket so we can get a better acoustic sound, and we're pretty excited about that.
So if we pass out in 5 minutes, that's why
there's plenty of ventilation. We're fine. We're fine. Anyway, so we wanted to do this mostly to talk about, so I can keep a journal because I hate writing more than anything. But I also had this idea to do this kind of stuff. I think it will be really fun to be able to talk about it. I want to kind of do it in a format that is set up so that it's kind of the same format each week, where we can talk about things that might be going on in the world, and then things that we've been up to, whether that's whatever it is, and then things with updates on specific things. Like right now Brooklyn is pregnant, and so we would be able to talk about how she feels with the baby and things like that, and then kind of talk about some things that we've done recently that we really like, or things we've tried out that aren't so I guess important, but still fun to talk about, so we can kind of blog about it and other people can know what's going on. So I guess first of all, we're just talking. So we're Cub Scout leaders. Do you want to talk about Brooklyn works at Sony, and she was so kind to invite the kids, to our Cub Scouts, to go with us on a tour of Sony,
which was fun and crazy, but really fun. So Judy and Caitlin are the tour guides for Sony. They organize all sorts of guides for groups that come, and they showed them some material of Mitchell's versus the Machines and Vivo, and she tried to have me draw the capuchin monkey Vivo, and it was horrible, but I think the boys didn't mind.
Yeah.
So I had no idea what I was doing.
The best thing about being Cub Scout leaders is that you're over like 9 and 10-year-olds, and they just don't care that much, which is, I mean, we try to do our very best, but they don't really care that much. So it's a pretty good thing. That was really fun. They really liked watching like clips of the videos and stuff. Like we watched a little bit of the new Spider-Man movie, and they all liked that a lot, and so it's pretty fun. And then another thing that we've been up to recently is we bought a couch.
A really big couch.
A big couch.
It was $13.75 at Ashley's.
And that was
so much.
It was a lot, but we were duped by a 50% off sale, and anyway, it has been one of the better big purchases that we've ever made, though. We went from like this tiny Walmart couch that had legitimately no, like, it was, I don't think there was a single like ounce of wood in it. It was like probably made of just like metal with like rags wrapped around it. But we went from that, and when the new couch came in, it was so big. It was like double the size of it, and we live in a really small apartment, and so it takes up probably 1/10 of our floor space now. So, but we love it. It's so comfortable. Like we just watched General Conference this morning on it, or the first session, and it's so comfy. We didn't fall asleep though, which was pretty good.
I know.
But it is very comfy.
But
super nice.
Word to the wise: if you are going to buy a couch, and they say that they have a sale going on in the store, check the website first, because the prices are not always the same. We looked on the website, and turns out it was like almost half the price already, or something like that. It was like 75% of the price.
We still saved money on it.
We did still save money, but they made us feel like this was the best price we were ever going to get the couch at. So
yeah.
Just
don't get duped. Just don't get duped
selves.
when you're buying couches. That's the moral of that story. So
it turned out okay though.
It did.
We love our couch.
So one of the big things that we've been doing recently, or the bigger thing that's happened recently, is that we, so 2 weeks ago, was it 2 weeks ago? Something like that. We went to St. George with both of our families one weekend and then the next. that wasn't a very good
Two weekends in a row.
2 weekends in a row we went to St. George, which is a 6.5 hour drive there and about a 9 hour drive back because freaking traffic, except for once. But anyway, we went with my family. It was really fun because we surprised them all because they didn't think that we were going to be able to come, so we surprised Jenna and Chantel, and it was really fun. We went to what was it called, Thunder Mountain, like this kids park, and
it's like Discovery Park.
Yeah.
In Linden, but better.
Oh yeah, I don't know what that is.
Oh, you don't know that? Okay, never mind. It's just a cool park.
So really cool, super big dinosaur park thing, and the kids were really excited to be there, and it was fun to surprise people, and we enjoyed it. And we spent the weekend hiking and eating, and that was really fun. And then we drove home, spent 3 days here, and then drove back. And spent some time with Brooklyn's family. And it was really fun. It was good, especially because we were with her cousins that we don't get to see very much. And so that...
The elders.
The elders, yeah. So Brooklyn's dad's sister's children. Yes. And they're kind of the closest cousins, and so it was pretty fun to get to know them a little better. We played laser tag. We watched a bunch of March Madness. We went hiking up by some dinosaur tracks at a campground called Red Reef Campground, I think is what it was. But there's some pretty cool trails and some little river that you follow and stuff. Played go-karts, went mini golf. It was pretty
Pigs
packed.
in a blanket.
Pigs in a blanket. Brooklyn and her sisters. So there were nine siblings in her family, 9 kids in her family, and in order to keep themselves entertained, because they didn't have traditional things like video games or board games
TV.
or just kidding. No, they had those things, but they were monitored. They came up with games, which this game actually is pretty good. So explain what Pigs in a Blanket is, Brooklyn.
So one person. Okay, wait. Let me explain. So there are. All the kids will get under a blanket, or adults in this case, except one person, and they close their eyes, turn around, and once everyone's under a blanket, you go and tap people on the shoulder, and they snort under the blanket like a little pig, and you try to guess who it is from their snort. And that's the game.
And it's really fun. It actually
so
is.
Stupid.
It actually is pretty fun.
Everyone was hesitant to
little
play
kids.
at first, but then finally we got everyone to do it, and it was a blast.
Well, at first we all had dignity, and then we all decided that wasn't.
Throughout the week, we realized we really don't have much
it doesn't
dignity.
matter that much. So that's what happened. Let's see. So yeah, it was really fun. I really love being with family. That's one of my favorite things, is just being with family, talking to people and seeing how they're doing, and making sure to be up to date with them. And that's kind of why I like we're doing this, is the idea of being able to keep in touch, as well as remember things that are important to us. So now we're moving on to baby update. So we were supposed to have an appointment on March 25th.
26th. I'm pretty sure.
Well, it says
Either way.
25th here.
We did have an appointment.
And I made these notes. Just kidding. It's not a big deal. The 26th, 25th, whatever it was, we were supposed to find out the gender, and it was an ultrasound and stuff, but we didn't.
Nope.
The doctor just kind of came in and was like, "Oh, well, we'll schedule you for your big ultrasound where you'll find out the gender." And so that was it. But Brooklyn, how are you feeling with the baby and stuff?
Good. We've been feeling its little kicks, and Matt was able to feel the first little kick this morning, so that was fun.
It was insane. It was like there was a little alien there, punching me. It was like the teensiest little thing, but it's pretty eye-opening. It was cool. It was real.
Yeah. We find out the gender on Tuesday.
Yeah. This Tuesday. So the next week, we'll send Marco Polos to everyone, but then also, we'll talk about it here too. So, so that's the baby update. So then now we're kind of moving on things, about things that we've done recently. A little less about life, a little more about some of the things that we've eaten or watched.
That enrich
things
our
that
life.
we either liked or that we really, really didn't like. Things that we can just talk about like that. So the first thing, this was a couple weeks ago, but we went to Mod Pizza for the first time. And if Mod Pizza, if you've never been, they're all over now. I'm pretty sure it's kind of like a chain restaurant, but
it's like Subway for pizza.
Yeah, it's like Subway for pizza. You pay like one price and then you can put on whatever you want. And so I had anchovies on my pizza for the first time, and that was pretty good. It was really good for being a Subway pizza.
Yes, it was. I really liked it.
Yeah, Brooklyn liked it.
I had like a makeshift Hawaiian pizza with jalapenos, and it was delicious.
So delicious.
Well, that was right before we bought our couch, right?
Oh yeah,
we walked across the street.
Yeah, we were like, oh, let's go. It's like in the same parking lot as Ashley. We're like, oh, let's go into Ashley and just look.
Casually browse, and then we came out with
and we bought
nearly
$1,400 couch. Okay, so maybe actually something that we're not. We actually went back to Mod Pizza, like 3 weeks later.
Yeah. Week.
And it was because it was just like it's easy, it's fast, and it's pretty inexpensive for what it is. So it's pretty good. Another thing, so recently we've been watching movies on Hulu because we're trying to finish some series on there so we don't have to pay for it anymore because it doesn't have everything. But there's a new documentary. It was actually it won an Academy Award for the best documentary this year, and it is called Free Solo. It's about a rock climber named Alex Honnold that he free climbs a lot of things, and so free climbing is where you don't have any ropes, and in the words of I was gonna say probably in the words of Brooklyn, she probably didn't actually say this, but that's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. Right?
I think I said something along those lines.
Yeah. But it was kind of interesting to hear like his mindset and the way he does it, because he talks about it being like it's super risky, but he practices it so much with ropes. It's not like he's just randomly climbing up things. Like he works really hard to be able to free solo things, and it was a really like inspirational, powerful kind of documentary, and I liked that a lot. So
he did, what was it, the El Capitan?
Yeah.
Right? And he had done the course like 1,000 times with ropes, but still like it gets your heart racing when you watch it, because there's certain passes where you don't think he's gonna be able to make
you'd
it.
hope they wouldn't
ropes.
film you hope they wouldn't film like him dying, but you never know. It was pretty intense. So some of like the shots of him on the mountain are just like, how is he alive? Like it makes you like sweaty. It makes you feel like, holy cow, like that's scary. And he does it really fast. So anyway, really good movie. It's definitely worth watching. I think Melissa and Blake would really like it if they haven't seen it already. Everyone would really like it though. It's really good. So anyway, this is it. That's what we got. Anything else?
No.
Anything? Oh, we went to Smitty's.
Yes.
So there's a little restaurant by us. Oh, we'll just get this out of the way. It was like it's a chicken and fish restaurant. So we're trying a new restaurant every week is kind of like our goal. And this place looked like somewhere we never wanted to go ever. And we went in and we got it. It was all right.
I liked it.
Brooklyn liked it. She got fish.
I put a ton of lemon all over my fries, and it was delicious.
Yeah, like lemon juice. She liked that a lot. It was pretty good. I'm not a huge fan of the deep fried. Okay, wait. Let me change what I'm saying, because I love deep fried things, but like deep fried chicken when it's not just like a chicken strip, like when there's bones and stuff I have to work around, it's like, get these bones out of here. This is too inefficient for me.
Too much work.
And so I don't like that as much, but Brooklyn got tilapia and the fish was pretty good, so we will never go back there. Yeah, just kidding. No, we probably will.
The reason we went though is because it's on this like strip mall, right?
Yeah.
That we've gone to all the other restaurants on it, and so we feel like we had to finish it off.
Yeah. And we're
That's
just
like
we're like marching down close restaurants and stuff so that we can see if there's things that we actually really like. Instead, there's a restaurant really close to us called EK Valley. It's a Mexican restaurant, and we ate there way too much because it's so close and it's so good, but we're like, you know what, let's try some new things. And so
you should tell them about the die.
What die?
Rolling the dice. your
Oh,
goal?
yeah. Eventually, I want to have enough so that I can take a 20-sided die and assign a restaurant to each number, and then just roll it when it's like, what should we do tonight?
And we love all the restaurants on it.
Yeah.
Or
maybe
not.
if it was a 1, we'd do something that we really didn't like. Like it's like, oh no, you rolled the lowest number. Now you have to go to the crappiest place. We'll see.
We're working it out.
We'll work that out. But anyway, hopefully this works out. Hopefully people enjoy this and it's not too burdensome. But we think it's important to go through this kind of stuff and make sure that we're tracking it. So that's it. Do we say love ya?
I don't know.
Peace out, friends.
Love you.
Love you.
Person
love me,
who maybe
whoever's listening to this. Hopefully it's not someone that's not in our family, because we might not love you. I mean, we love you in like a broader sense.
Because like you're a child of God,
but like not so much in like the more familial love. Unless you are somebody like maybe like a good friend of ours, then we love you. I don't know. Good luck. Good luck. That doesn't make sense. All right, we're done. We're done here.
It's really hot in
It
here,
is
so.
hot.